got option 3 here, and I'm just going to expand the analytics on the right-hand side. And first of all, I'm going to show you the urban tab. So there's 2 tabs here on the right that present different data in different methods. So the urban metrics tab here, it gives us an overview. I've got my GFA, GBA, I've got a breakdown of the different usages in those areas. We've got an FSR, which is calculating off the site boundary, but currently my site boundary is of the whole precinct, so we can ignore that. There is some other data surrounding the parking and paved areas, and there's also a mix calculated into this as well. However, with the urban tab, it is predefined on the back end within Giraffe. We can't make any changes. We can't edit the display and the information that's shown here. It's analytics where we can dive into that and customize it to our own project and display that data that we're looking for. So the urban tab's a good overview to get a high-level understanding without understanding the sort of how the analytics works. So if we jump across to analytics, so at the top here, I'm just going to select analytics. In the previous video, you'll remember that I selected the metric template. So there was an option there to create from scratch, which would basically give me no measures and no categories included here. But because I chose the metric template, it's preloaded this with a number of examples of what you can look at and calculate within your project design. Again, these are just a starting point for you, and we encourage you guys to jump in here and build this out and customize it to your own project specific needs and what you're trying to track in order to deem the project's success. So you can see here I've got a landscape category. So this here is the category, and then within that category we've got hosted measures. So these are individual measures with a calculation or a formula happening behind the scenes, and you can click into this by just clicking on that, and we can see this opens up the basically what we're looking at here is sort of the Excel spreadsheet formula behind the scenes, how that's being computed, and then we're seeing the result in the analytics tab on the right hand side. So this one is a very simple formula. It's looking for the property, the gross area property of a usage, which it's filtered out. So landscape simple, landscape deep planting, any usages that fall under that category, it's going to pull the property that's the gross area from those usages. And we're just going to simply calculate A, because that's the referencing component that we have here. And we're going to sum that as an operation. So that's all that's happening there. And each one is similar in the way it's being calculated. Some have more complex formulas than others. So maybe if we jump into total population, we can see that there's actually 2 measures here, the components A and B, and we're using a formula A times B in order to arrive at the total population. So the assumption is that we're applying an average person per dwelling, so a number multiplied by the total dwellings, and that's how we're arriving at that final number, which is our total population. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to add a custom property to our to both of our new retail usage and also our residential usage. So if I select my usage, we're going to go to the usage editor. And what I want to do is, so these are the properties that I can basically define this usage by. And if I go up to the top, there's an option to add an additional property. So this is where the configurability comes into the usage parameter. And this is where we start to really sort of steer away from the baseline and make these usages our own within our workflow. So if I add a property here, you can search for existing ones, or if you wanted to create your own, which is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put annual energy consumption. So I'm going to look at this at a energy per square meter. metric. And so the input type is a number. I'm happy with that. The name's fine. I can leave all of these minimum and maximums. Default value of 0. I'm just going to hit save. So now you can see that my new annual energy consumption property has been added, and this is attached to the usage. So wherever I use this usage, new retail, it's going to have this data baked into it. So what I'm going to do is just apply, let's say, a 60, so a kilowatt hours, 60 kilowatt hours per square meter. We're going to use that as the annual energy consumption. And then what we're going to do is make sure we save this change. And we're going to pull this information into our analytics. So the way the hierarchy works in analytics is at the top, we've got our tabs. So if you toggle between them, we can see there's some other fun metrics that are all baked in here. This one's more to do with the costing, rental income and feasibility. And then there's some sale metrics that are also attached in here as well. The default tab, you've got the landscape, built form, demographic, and some geometry count. So what I'm actually going to do is create a new category. So at the very bottom, there's a call to action button that asks us to create a new category. If I select that, it'll ask for a new name, and we're just going to look at energy for this sector. I'm going to hit create. So now we get another category created. We've got a color assigned to it. And what we need to do now is attach or add some measures. So what we're looking to calculate is we need the total, the area or the net building area. And then what we want to apply is our energy consumption. So we're going to multiply our square meterage by the 60 kilowatt hours that we've applied or assumed for this building. So I'm going to add a measure. See, there's this little plus icon here, and that allows me to add a measure, which is simply one of what we can see above. So it asked me for a category. I'm posting it within the energy category. That's correct. The name, we're going to call this your energy consumption. The unit that we're looking for, I don't think it's listed by default. So I'm just going to manually put it in and then create this unit. The precision, 2 decimal places, I'm fine with that. Don't need to add any additional details. Tags I can leave for now as well. And the filter option, I need to add a filter because what we're going to look at is I'm going to break this down by the type or the usage. So we're going to have our energy consumption by retail and then residential as well. So I'm going to add a filter. And the way the filter works is we have to first select the type of filter that's being, or what we're applying the filter to. So in this case, it's a usage. So I search for a usage, and we add the usage, and then it's saying, okay, what usage are we filtering for? So I know that the new retail is the usage. So I'm going to select this one, and that's all I'm going to do for now. I just want to grab that one. And then over on the right-hand side, so we've entered in the information. There's some appearance, so we could make it bold, or we could hide it in the table if it's not something we want to surface. And the next part is the components. So I'm going to jump over here, and what I want to do is grab the net building area, which is a measure that's already been calculated over here. So rather than a property, I want to select a measure. So here I've got a number of options that I can switch between. If I'm looking for a property, you'll notice that I've got my annual energy consumption in here. So I will grab my property eventually, but this is where all of the properties. So when we created that in the usage, it then populates here and we can access that and then introduce it into our calculations. So I'm going to grab, I will grab the property in this instance. I'm already here, so may as well grab it. Annual energy consumption, we've got that. I'm going to add another component. We're going to grab the measure. And what I'm looking for here is the net building area. So I'm going to grab that. And then here is where we enter the formula. So how do we want these two components to be calculated to get our sum or our result? So it's a very simple process of A times B for this example. Nice, easy one. The annual energy consumption by the square meterage. So if I hit Save Changes now, we can see that under my energy category, I've got my annual energy consumption, and I've got a metric that's applied for each one of them. And we can test that further. So if I start to add levels, you can see that there's no change happening. So despite there's changes along option 3, because we filtered for only the new retail usage, any changes we make to the residential usage, because it is separate, will not affect this annual energy consumption. And it's actually a good point. What we should do is actually rename this to, and let's just add retail energy consumption and save that. And so now we've got that divided out. And what we want to do now is take another step and calculate the energy consumption for the residential component of my design. We can absolutely repeat the process that we just did, or what you can do is duplicate this existing measure. Because it is very similar to what we're going to recreate, we're just going to adjust the filter to capture residential usages rather than the new retail usage. So if I select this one, there's a handy little option at the bottom that allows us to duplicate that. So if I select duplicate, we've now got a copy. So we'll rename this to residential energy consumption. We need to adjust the filter. So we want to filter by the usage, and we want to make sure we grab the residential usage. So let's grab that one. The calculation remains the same. It's the energy consumption by the net building area, filtering only for the residential usage. So that is correct. So let's hit save. And what we've got there is something hasn't quite worked. So let's troubleshoot that. And this is a good learning opportunity. So the issue here is because I haven't added that property to my residential usage. So I need to go back into my usage editor, and let's just sort of reduce that for the moment. And we might actually collapse that one on the side. So that's a little bit nicer to understand. And what we're going to do is, let's actually open that up so you can see it properly and my face isn't in the way. We've got down in the properties analytics here facade costs. So we don't have that annual energy consumption, which is why it's zeroing out over here, because there's no property attached to that usage that it's looking for. So we need to go back up here, and I'm going to search for annual energy consumption. So it's now included in this list. I can select that, scroll down, and we have a 0 currently applied. So let's assume a slightly less, because the other one was retail, this is residential. So let's say this is 45 kilowatt hours. We'll come back up the top, save those changes, and we can see straight away that now we have numbers populating here on the right-hand side, which is perfect. That's what we want. And now we've got a breakdown of our retail and energy consumption. And the last step is to just sum them together. So we have a total energy consumption for the building. So let's sum them together now. And we're going to add a new measure, total energy consumption, the unit, kilowatt hours. We're not going to add a filter. We don't need to, because what we're going to do is just grab the two measures that we've created already. And that's one of the nice things in Giraffe, is that you can build upon this data. So once you create those custom measures, you can then filter that back into additional formulas to arrive at a more or include more complex data into your calculations. So retail energy consumption, and then the other one is residential energy. And so now I've got my two measures. I've brought them in as components, and I just need to sum them together with a formula, which is a very simple A plus B. And if I save those changes, and you know what, let's actually jump back into here and make this bold. So there's a nice little appearance toggle, because we know that this is the sort of the total energy consumption. So we want to bring that to light and make that a little bit more prominent in our list, which is working quite nicely. So we can see that any changes we make to the residential section, it's affecting the residential energy and it's affecting the total. So that is correct, and I'm happy with how that's been set up.